Hello and welcome to this quick video about how to find a Dyscalculia tutor for yourself or for your child. This little video is being put on by EduCalc Learning. I'm Dr. Honora Wall, the founder of EduCalc Learning, and if you need more information about dyscalculia, how you can support someone who has dyscalculia, or about what kind of services we provide at EduCalc Learning, you can visit educalclearning.com or the DTRI.org, which is a 501c3 to support dyscalculia awareness and interventions. So first, what in the world is dyscalculia? That is a specific learning disorder in the same family as dyslexia, which most of us have heard of, and dysgraphia, which some people have heard of, but that might be a new one as well. Dyscalculia is the math-related learning disorder. Dyslexia affects reading, taking text, and turning it into information in our minds. Dysgraphia is writing, taking information, and putting it out onto paper. And also handwriting, the physicality of writing is impacted with dysgraphia. But dyscalculia is all math, and it impacts the way we learn, understand, remember, and recall math information. And it can be very hard to find the right kind of support when you have dyscalculia. So one question I get asked a lot is, how do you find a tutor who can help if you or your child has dyscalculia? So let's talk about it. Where do you even find someone who can tutor your child with this learning difference, this neurodivergence? So you want to check social media. There's a lot of support groups on different sites, and then you can get information from people who might have a recommendation of what worked, what did not work, save you the time and money by not repeating other people's mistakes. Ask other parents, either in your school, your neighborhood, or if you have, in a perfect world, some kind of support group for people who have neurodivergence, and that includes all of our specific learning disorders, ADHD, executive function issues, etc. So find your people within that community. These disorders, this neurodivergence, affects somewhere around 8-ish% of the population, is about where the numbers land, which makes it a little difficult to find other people with the same issue. But there's about 5 million students, kindergarten through 12th grade, in the United States alone who have dyscalculia. So you are not alone, even though sometimes it can feel like you are. So let's say you find a recommendation, you're talking to a potential tutor. What do you ask? How do you know if this person can really help? Because if you've used a tutor in the past and you or your student has dyscalculia, you know that just understanding math is not going to cut it. You need to find someone who truly understands dyscalculia. Can they define it? Do they know what it is? Can they describe it to you? When they talk about what happens to a person who has dyscalculia at any age or grade level, does it sound like your experience? Does it match what you already know? You can tell from asking a few questions whether or not the person seems to have a knowledge. If they just talk about how great they are at teaching math, that's a red flag, because people with dyscalculia, their issue is not always with content, it's with having the right support tools. And if you want to know the answers to these questions, check out educalclearning.com or a number of other websites with information about dyscalculia. And the big one, have they worked with people who have diagnosed or suspected dyscalculia? Do they have experience in this field? And experience teaching or tutoring math is different than having experience with a neurodiverse population. And if you want to get some real results, if you're expecting to see a change, then you need someone who understands who they're working with. Well, let's say you found someone, you've done your screening, it seems like it's a really good fit. What should you expect when you hire someone to tutor you or your child? Well, one thing I will say right off the bat, it can be expensive. And you're looking for someone who is a specialist in their field, and a specialist in any field is going to be more expensive. Yes, you can find a tutor who's charging a very reasonable or low rate fee, and they probably don't have the education, training, and years of experience to really help with this very specific condition. We're not talking about regular tutoring. We're talking about understanding neurodivergence. You might not find someone who lives nearby or who can do face-to-face tutoring. And that's because there are very few of us right now who specialize in dyscalculia. So consider using a virtual option. And of course, you're going to ask, would the person give you a trial session or interview, or at least 10, 15 minutes on a Zoom call or whatever program they're using to make sure it's a good personality fit? If the personality fit is not there, the tutoring is not going to work. And that's true of anyone in any situation, for any reason, using any kind of content. You've got to have a good personality match. You can like someone very much as a person, and it doesn't mean you're going to learn from them. Education is very specific, and a good teacher, the good tutor, is going to have a good personality fit with you or your student. When you find the right person, there are some great outcomes that you're going to see pretty quickly. And for my experience, I've been doing this a long time, working with my students, and families are usually pretty surprised that their student or themselves, I've worked with adults too, and people in college, there's less confusion. By the end of the first session, they feel a little better about how they learn differently, and what's going on that's been a barrier to success in the past. You're going to see increased confidence in all areas, in math in general, in their ability to do math in their current setting. And that's a big part of the tutoring piece. It's not enough to know how to do math. You need to know how to do math in the situation you're in, with your school, your teacher, your situation, your workplace. Another outcome, once you found the right tutor, is that you're going to see a willingness to work. When in the past it's been tears and arguing and avoidance, the right person is going to make it easier and more engaging and nicer to do some math. I know that sounds like a weird statement, but I promise it is true. Some important things for you to know. Dyscalculia is not something that goes away. It's a neurodivergence, a difference in some of the wiring. So what? If you are nearsighted or farsighted and you are wearing glasses, that's not going away either. When you get the right prescription glasses, it's not a problem. Now, when you've worn your glasses for 2 or 3 years, you don't suddenly have perfect vision. You continue to wear your glasses. You're going to continue to use the right supports for dyscalculia. That's fine. It's really not a big deal. You can still be very successful in math. And I know that for a fact. I have hundreds of students who have proved that time and time again over the years. So when you get the right person and you found the right tutor and you're having the right instruction and support, it's going to be a pretty quick fix. You're going to see a lot of improvement in math and in the attitude towards math and understanding of math. If you'd like to know anything else about dyscalculia or how you can help yourself or your student who has the math learning disability, please visit educalclearning.com. You can reach out to me, Dr. Honora Wall, and I'm happy to have that conversation with you further. And thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you find the help that you need.